Hello everyone, we're live with Reset Media at Webb Abandoned Air Force Base here in Texas, Big Spring, Texas. Whew. So, just noticed my hair. It's starting to look better as long as it's not matted. It looks like a normal haircut. I'm going to take you around because we're having a meeting tonight. And, you know, you get to be alive and present during tonight's meeting. It's always a surprise. Get this camera into... There you go. All right, I can show you my car too. Oh, you're right, and we've got a lot of wind. Oh, got a really, really windy day today. This is Reset Media. Fact check the fact checker. Why not? Here's the new routing. It's going through the back of my car and into the engine department where the battery is. Cute little phrase, everything matters. If everything matters, then what doesn't matter? What's the matter with everything matters? All the science fiction, patient consent is mandatory. What does that say? Tolerance is not a choice. But, oh boy, I don't know about that. I don't want to read it out loud. I'll let you guys figure out what that means. Hopefully it's a joke. All right, we're off. Ooh, there's a kite. This is a perfect day for a kite. Wait, I don't have my keys or my wallet or anything. Par for the course, par for the course. So yeah, I've got a windsock on my mic and it's super windy. So normally you wouldn't be able to hear anything. Who's that? She's beautiful. Look what they let you do on your California ID. Wait. Oh my gosh. I remember back when I looked like that before I got my trucker belly. And a redhead at that. Oh. Those were the days when everyone loved me. Men and women. Oh, I'm a blonde. But yet, I'm a redhead. So, that's the person who gets all the tickets, not me. At least that's what I tell the police officer. Sirs. Usually it's more than one. Okay. We're off. Off. We go. Media.
Hi.
Right? Am I right? Yeah, you're here. Awesome. Are you guys local?
Yes.
What station?
KBST, so it's 95.7 on the radio.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah, you guys, if you want to tune in and you're here in Big Spring, Texas, you've got it now. You've got the information. Just
CBS
tune in.
Also out of Midland, Odessa, so.
Okay, CBS 7. Cool. You were there for that little debate that I had with our friend.
Yes,
You got to see a little internal stress within the convoy.
I
A little tension
I
between
did. I did see that.
two people with similar all behind the cause, but not behind certain aspects of their political philosophy.
Which I thought was interesting, like coming out here, I thought everybody was going to be on the same page about everything, but there's a wide range of attitudes and beliefs, but just like one common mission, which I thought was kind of neat.
Yeah, and it's hard too when, really the cause is fundamentally about some basic civil liberties and some people wanting to open up science so it's, open and free for everyone to, look into them themselves. But then there's numerous it took me a long time to figure what FJB meant. Yeah, that's it, FJB. And then the Trump flags and everything, and some of us are like, but then it's like, okay, well, I guess that's the problem, is that we have this reaction to things, and then everyone who's we're trying to reach is also going to have a reaction to it, and it's like, it'd be nice if there was an agreed no politics involved, just the law, just criticism surrounding or debate surrounding the law, Anyway, That's my little tidbit. I know that you have to be completely neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like the rogue like media. You know, I get to be like Fox News or CNN or something in between.
Yeah.
Cool.
Try to stick to the facts.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you. Well, it's nice seeing you again.
Nice to see you too.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. All right. Moving on. Moving on. I gotta go get my money. Oh, yeah, she's still not back. So this is, oh yeah, she's here. So this is how this works. Like right now we're fueling up. So we all fuel up together. But before that, when we were figuring out logistics of how to reimburse receipts, it was more or less people like stopping at gas stations, getting fuel, and then bringing their receipts to those people who manage receipt reimbursement. But yeah, now we basically fuel up in the mornings. It's a little bit easier. You're waiting for your reimbursement?
Yeah, I see that.
Hi. Hi, how are you doing?
Thanks. How about yourself?
I'm good, I'm good. You been rolling with the convoy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Me too. I've been with them too. I haven't met you yet.
I'm Barbara.
Barbara, I'm Joel.
Nurse Barb.
Nurse
How do
Barb.
you do, Joel?
All right.
Very nice to
Okay.
meet you.
Do you have a little story for us? That you can
what?
tell? A story?
A
Of
story.
what brought you to the convoy ultimately?
Well, they staged in Hagerstown, which is only 2.5 hours from where I live.
Uh-huh.
That made it easy to come visit. And I did. And the patriotism has captured me. I was so sure that patriotism was, I'm sorry, they're talking nurse business. I was so sure that patriotism was dead. And boy, it is far from dead. And I have to be with my people, and my people are patriots.
And as far as your employment, I know that often nurses were unwilling to comply with mandates and the such.
That is exactly my situation.
Uh-huh. So did you have to leave employment, or were you able to transfer, or did you do a religious exemption, or what was your story?
No, and let me, since you mentioned that E word, exemption, I will tell you straight up, my exemption is the Constitution of the United States of America, period. That's all there is to it. Nothing else is needed. I left my position voluntarily for other reasons last year, about a year ago, and I did not seek another job straight away, so I had time to pay attention to what was going on in the world, and started doing my research, and now I would not be able to work because I will not go down the road of obeying any of those mandates. They're foolishness. It's a means of control. And it's also, can I say my opinion?
Oh, please. This is an uncensored platform. Well, I mean, the people on it are uncensored.
Is this live stream?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself because
Why?
Because this is an apolitical movement. We are not political.
Thank you for that.
We are constitutional.
Yeah.
And that's it. Period. That's it.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how science became political.
Will you?
Sure thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Nope, sorry. I don't know what this is.
Let's see.
Oh. What do you think that is? Why not? What's it say?
We need you to diagnose right here.
Okay, where? Oh. Okay.
What handle with that? What's wrong?
It's like poison ivy or poison oak or something that
Oh, I'm here.
And allergic
This is Hippie. She's, this is how this works. It's like magic. You give them a receipt and ta-da! There's money in. What are you doing now there? Paid. Oh, cool. Okay. She's writing on the documentation, so it's documented that the receipt's been paid. Wind makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's signed.
Oh, and I signed. Okay. All right. Let me look at the terms of the contract. Oh, that's it. There's just.
That's why I didn't want to do it.
Paranoid. Yeah. Oh, even a makeshift line. Oh, I'm good at.
Appreciate that.
Boy, I am good at forging signatures. Do you see that forge?
And then the change.
Real U.S. currency.
She was just here. Oh, maybe she wants to talk to her. I don't know where she went.
Actually, no, that's man-made currency.
That's right. I think it's cotton.
Yeah, I did not know Texas had that much cotton.
Yeah.
No idea. I said, holy cow.
That's a tip. I'm kidding. That's terrible.
I was like, that's... There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Vivian.
welcome. I didn't know. I had no idea. Darn.
Lots of cotton.
How do I not know that? How does nobody know that? I didn't know that. I thought
You ever been to Texas?
No.
I'm rich.
So much cotton.
She asked.
Here, take it. It's you. You guys take it. I don't need it. I'll tell you what. I'm contributing with my gas money to any of you who decide to come out here. Whatever's here, let's count it. Are you good at counting money?
I am.
Okay, can you count this for me? I'm contributing it to any live streamer who decides to come out here, but they're not getting my change. I'm spending this on a cup of coffee. $56. Oh, you better have a hybrid. Or you better be in Texas, Big Spring, Texas. I don't have my. I think I have my glasses. Now, how am I going to do this two-handed business? I wanted to talk to that nurse, but the nurse just got called into duty. Did you guys see that? And apparently, the girl had poison oak or poison ivy. Hold on. I'm going to ask these guys to hold my camera because I got to put my money away. Can you hold my camera? Oh, fine. Whatever. Like, geez, what a dog, man. Doesn't help anyone. That's the wrong convoy attitude. Most people are helpful out here. He just ran away from me.
Don't take it personally.
I'll try not to.
Don't worry.
Maybe he wanted a snack. How about the money? You know how to eat money?
Kind of annoying.
Can't really eat money. You can try. Can you hold my camera really quick? Oh no, you don't even have two hands. You have, look at that third hand.
Done. I got you covered.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Who are you helping out? What are you doing?
I got
Cool.
this money for my gas, but
Love it.
I'm contributing towards any live streamers willing to come out.
Okay.
Can you read too? I'm like getting
Yeah.
offers everywhere. I'll see you later,
yeah.
dude. Have fun with the live stream.
All right, cool. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I used to work in the local news. I got
There you
fired.
go.
They wouldn't let me tell the truth. Shout out CBS 7. And this is the People's Convoy. It has not ended any sort of story that we buckled to Trudeau, any story that Canadians are as liberal as he is. They say, fine, just take away our rights, hack into our bank account, take away our livelihood, take away our ability to support our family, take away our freedom. There are people out here on both sides of the border speaking out against authoritarianism that Trudeau so proudly supports and overthrowing the conservative leadership. Let's pay attention to that leadership race. If you're looking at that big election, the previous guy was not fully supportive of you. So get involved in that race. Look who's running for the head of the Conservative Party and look who supports the Freedom Convoy. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
You're great. I didn't
Thank you,
expect
brother.
that.
Appreciate it.
I'll give this to you anytime, man. In fact,
be
I'll take a
honored.
day off and it's yours. You
I
go
love it.
for it.
Let's do it.
I won't.
Let's do
I'm
it.
not responsible for anything. This redhead gingers are dangerous.
No.
So you know
We
they're
know each other.
wily. Yeah. You never know what a ginger's gonna do. You know, you could just end up. Yeah, you could just end up going to an adult store or something. I'm conservatives. I work with conservatives. Okay, come on, Ginger. What are you doing? He's like,
Full of surprise.
I'm gonna go bull ride. Like, you broke my camera, man. Ginger. Now I want to hear your story, man. Like,
Yeah.
we all want to hear your story.
Thank you, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm from New York City, escaped from de Blasio.
Wow.
So from that neck of the woods, and I did a bunch of local news gigs. I was a local TV news reporter. And most recently, as you can see, nobody's here from the local television news. I got fired. Dropped your glasses and your popcorn. Two very important things. And I got fired.
She's been cleaning up, but you got fired?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So I got fired from them. They said I paid a guy $20 outside a gas station for an interview.
Okay.
All hell broke loose. But I think in the reality, what it was is a little tidbit about local news is even if you're based in a conservative region, you are tethered to the big station that owns you. So we were CBS.
Okay.
So I'd get in trouble because I would post something about the convoy, but the CBS voiceover was just complete lies. It was the reporter saying, "Oh, these are the criminals that showed up." The response was underwhelming. The presence was underwhelming. Sorry, but bullshit. So I took out that voiceover and I said, actually, there is a very strong congregation. There's a very strong amount of people out here in Ottawa. The Conservative leader is getting overthrown. There is a streak of Canadian conservatism and freedom-loving Canadians, and they came here to make their voice heard. So flipped out at that. Couldn't really technically fire me for that because that's just
so you wait. So let me understand. Like, I want you to finish this and keep going with this.
Yeah.
Let me understand correctly. You took it upon yourself to be a truth teller.
Yeah.
Knowing that ultimately it could put you in jeopardy.
Absolutely.
With your career.
Absolutely. You know, I didn't come up. I didn't come into news to suck up to the mainstream media. I came into news to burn shit down.
Well,
so, you know, if I'm gonna get canned 5 more times, you know, who cares?
So wait, what gave you the courage to do that? I mean, what? Because no, obviously, the other newscasters aren't having the moxie to do something like that.
I'll tell you what, because I didn't.
Audacity.
What gave me the courage? Thank you for saying it so. But what gave me the courage to do this is because I didn't see myself having a career in that mainstream media life.
Okay.
You know, okay, great. Well, we only get paid $35,000 a year for full time.
Right.
$35,000. Oh, great. You go to Houston and make $65,000 and work even more. And again, work for a liberal, slanted organization and spout out their talking points. In the local stories, you could be a little more on the ground because they're not checking.
Yeah.
But in the national stuff, it has to be within their framework. And if not, so I knew that I never wanted to do that. And I always kind of want to be a renegade, man. You know, it's hard to rub 2 sticks together and do some independent journalism.
Yeah.
But that's the way of the future. Local TV news is dying. And I hate to say it, but you have a lot of good people, good journalists, but people who live in deep fear. Or they don't want to analyze the news. They're not looking to see if it's actually factual or not. Yeah. But what they're doing is kowtowing to the mainstream organization and hoping that they suck up to the right corporate people and then move up the ladder. And it's not about projecting real news. It's about moving up to the ladder and being that perfect yes man. So what I knew in my heart of hearts that I don't need to get to Houston for 65K or whatever. That, you know, it's really on the ground reporting. You know, it gave me that luxury. And they didn't like me from the first place. It's not like I was going to do anything to reverse that. So, you know, I was kind of like balls to the wall,
Let me ask you this.
Please.
Okay, as a journalist, isn't each of those corporations beholden to some kind of ethical principles that are sort of like...
Should be.
They're sort of like, not written, I don't know if there's mission statements for news organizations, but basically like our job is to come in, report the facts, give an unbiased assessment so the people are enlightened as to the actual issues so that things can't be hidden in the dark and things can't happen in slippery ways behind the scenes, right? I mean, the watchdogs of government, essentially. Is there some within your media organization were they pushing those values, or was that just, or?
That's a good question. So, you know, yes, first off, there are Supreme Court cases, all that jazz, that really force official news organizations to report the unbiased truth. You think of the old newspapers back in the day, the Arkansas Democrat, Gazette, the Tennessee Republican, they had the party names because that was the way they were sort of slanted. There's a Supreme Court ruling that said, no, legally you cannot do that.
Okay.
At the same time, with local news, it's interesting because you can cover some of the more conservative people, and you know, if you're in a place, as I'm in Midland, Texas, if you're in a place like Midland, that's going to be the majority of the community. But what you're supposed to do as a local news reporter is you're not supposed to care what's happening nationally, and you're supposed to copy and paste whatever they give you. So they'll never say to us, oh, this is our agenda. What they will simply say is, here are the videos we've uploaded, and we expect you, under our care, to copy and paste that video.
Okay.
And
not do any of your independent assessments or independent news gathering.
And if you get in trouble, what they won't say is you're too objective, or they felt you were too slanted. They won't ever say that. They'll simply say part of your job is legally legally, but part of your job is sticking to that format, sticking to that script.
Got it.
And not touching anything that happens. Because we air local stories in the first part, or we aired local stories in the first part, and then in the second part we air a national story.
Got it. Okay.
And again, it's all, and so I can't, you know, it would be nicer if I could go to Fox News or even One American News Network or something like that, and perhaps have something a little more balanced projected.
Sure.
But CBS, you know, well, it's funny. We could do CBS, or the other option, which here's another fun little part, a little conspiratorial if you ask me. You could always use a CNN video. So if you're CBS, if you're Fox, if you're ABC, NBC, you could use the CNN feed. You're not allowed to use the Fox News feed.
Yeah.
But you could use the CNN. So we had CNN or CBS. Either of the two C's for crap is the ones that we were allowed to choose from. Gotcha. So it's funny because CNN is a cable news network, but then they have actual power over a lot of the local network news organizations.
I see. So there's a lot of top down. What was your name, sir?
Dodge Landis. Nice to meet you. What's
Dodge
yours?
Landis. I'm Joel. Reset Media. All right, brother.
Reset Media.
Thank
I'll
you.
look out for you.
All right, you're on. All right, let's roll. Someone wrote here. Okay, let's go to the rally. Well, there's no rally. It's just a meeting. But yeah, okay. So thank you. I still live in Canada. We need more reporters like, yep, McFly from Back to the Future. He saw my haircut. Okay. It looks like Scriggy. Oh my God, that's so cute. I have a pretty yeah. No insecurities here. It looks like something about money. Give him the gas money. Who's him? Did you watch the videos that was made about you? Yeah, no, I don't. I don't do that. Like, you guys will get a pretty good assessment of that as we go on. Like, I really kind of don't care. I just like to get stuff out there, and if the channel grows because of who I am and what I'm reporting, great. Otherwise, but yeah, no, I'm super curious. Tell me all about myself. What was it? What happened with that? I'd love to know more. All right, guys.
What would you like to know?
Oh my gosh, did I die and go to heaven? Oh, like why?
You're one I don't know.
Why is nature so cruel, God? Like, I mean, I love life, but I see a lion just eating a gazelle, and I'm also into PETA, No, I'm kidding. Like, no, that's a hard question. What do I like to know?
Mother Nature takes care of their own in the way they're supposed to be. Humans need to quit worrying about what Mother Nature does.
Well, but the humans can do the same thing with warfare, so.
Well, now you was talking about the zebra and the gazelle.
I was, but they're still animals.
And the gazelle.
And we're all
so
at some level.
Let Mother Nature do what Mother Nature needs to do. Then you brought in the other war stuff, and that's human stupidity.
What? Okay.
Human stupidity.
All right. Well, we won't go any further with that, because then we're going to go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah,
this is
then your live stream will go down.
Totally.
Are you rumbling or YouTubing?
Yeah, I think I'm Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube, but I don't know. I haven't checked my Rumble yet to see if my lives are going up.
Wow.
Someone else.
So which streamer are you?
I'm Reset Media. Drop my intellectual face. My glasses that make me look like an intellectual.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you about yourself, but I don't want to just get general, because you could say anything. Like, you could say I'm really good at baking. You could say, like, when I was 7.
I hate to cook.
I loved riding bikes.
I'm a lousy housewife. I'm a housekeeper. And I'm shy.
Not now, you're not. I'm not seeing shy anything anywhere here. There's no shy. So, are you been with the Convoy, or?
I'm just joining today from Michigan.
From Michigan.
Yep.
What? So this is an easy in for people to say what they really want to say, so what's on their hearts. But So what compelled you to join?
I have been wanting to join since I left California.
Okay.
An opportunity didn't arise, and I believe in the mission of freedom, and we need to stop the California bills now that that's added into the mission. We need to take a stand for our freedoms, and if we don't do it now, then they're gone.
Okay.
People can say, well, there's no big deal about the mandates. We don't have to do this. They're doing away with mandates. That Emergency Act is still in play.
Yeah.
And as long as that Emergency Act is in play, they can take your rights just like that.
That was pretty, like, that's the best, great summation, actually. Concentrate. That was, yeah, concentrate on what sort of like what I think most people are essentially getting behind. You see some people out here who want to do some.
Well, a lot of people, they're in an area where the mandates hasn't touched them. You know, they haven't been forced to wear a mask. They haven't been forced to get the jab before losing their job. They think, well, I don't have to get it, so it's all okay. Right. Well, what about those that had to? What about those that haven't walked away from their job because of it? Yeah. And, you know, those that have gotten it, you give it 6 months more and see how your health is. How many people have died since they've gotten this?
Now, see, this is interesting.
Do the
because
research.
That question I think is just starting to gather a little bit of steam in even the mainstream media.
Yep.
In regards to, like, we really didn't know the long-term effects, right? But then look at all the people who then did get the vaccine. Like, how would you ever ask them to do that research without them saying, like, immediately offhand, that's conspiracy no matter what?
Yeah. Well,
like,
they're going to say that. You know, change for an individual is hard. And when media is throwing this out constantly, they're feeding you this, and this. Somebody comes in as a change of what media is throwing at them, they're going to reject it.
Why? Why? But why? Why would they
people,
trust? Why would they?
Most people have to hear something anywhere between 6 and 10 times before it sinks in that they need to look into it. So this is giving everybody an opportunity to get the word out there to keep hitting them with it. The streamers we have are hitting it. So that's a big difference here. Media has been out there saying it daily. We're just now getting the ball rolling. So people have to hear it, and you have to tell them to hear it. And then they have to go and do the research. They have to go and do their own research. I mean, I can tell you that, in my opinion, the jab is not good for us in the state that it is. Okay. There wasn't enough testing. The results and the testing that was done, and now the things that Pfizer is letting loose on it, it's hard. I mean, people are, some of the side effects are you're going to be sterile. We've had people that have lost their babies. We've had people that have died with heart failure. I mean, this is all documented, but they won't put it out there because the money is where the jab is. And what's interesting that I point out, because even I talked to my sister, and she says, Joel, I didn't even know that. And I was like, well, that's common knowledge, right? So it was written into law in such a way where, you know, okay, you're mandated, but if you know, so then, well, what's my compensation in case these vaccine injuries are a real phenomenon, considering the fact it was 6 months, it's still an emergency. Well, and then you look at this but you can't sue Pfizer, apparently. That's right. So... And Biden said when he was getting elected, he would never mandate any of this. What, within 6 months he was mandating? Tells you how truthful that man has been to the American people. I mean, people's got to wake up and realize Biden's lying to you. He's doing it for his own corruption. Well, that's a politician's job, anyway. not to sell out America. Okay, yeah. You know, and I am a Trump supporter, but I don't care what politician comes up there. If they're from my country, I'm 100% behind them. It can be a purple polka dot cow. I don't care, as long as they're from my country. Yeah, okay. And what's in the office right now, the whole administration is not for our country. All right. Well, thank you so much for your contribution. I'm Joel, Reset Media, and your name? Millie. Millie? Yep. Good to meet you, Millie. I'll see more of you, I'm sure. All right. That was fun.
William.
Let's wander.
William to the stage.
I have 2 wells on the property, so I got plenty.
I'm just... what is it called when you're...
It's hit or miss, man. You know what I mean? Like you go to
walking around and like listening to people's conversations without necessarily their consent. It's not prying, it's not spying, it's listening. It's listening in, but I'm looking for this adjective.
Good evening, everybody.
It wouldn't be an adjective.
Good evening, everybody.
It would be a verb.
It would be a verb. It'd be a verb.
I'm not sure if there
is
such
a beautiful day.
I think there is one.
The sun's shining, the wind's blowing.
Voyeurism?
It's warm weather.
Thank you.
No snow.
We'll go up here and see
William's
what these
gonna
guys
lead
are
us
saying.
off with prayer.
And we have a sound system. Amen. Father, grateful for another day, another evening by which we can come together and rejoice in your love, rejoice in your faithfulness, and to have received your grace to make this journey. Thank you for seeing us this far. Thank you for those who are here to support us. Thank you for the prayers of those who've gone forth. We're indeed grateful. We pray for the remainder of this program that it would touch hearts and that the vision you've given us would be communicated with joy. And we close with the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us and even against our Constitution and our liberties and our freedoms. Give us this day our daily bread, and we'll forever be grateful to give you all the praise, the honor, and the glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. I'm going to share a brief. Do I get to share a poem this evening, Marcus? Cool. Fantastic. Before I share the poem, I just a small little note why Big Spring, Texas is so important to me. Back about 3 or 4 years ago, I rode my bike from Nevada all the way to Sweetwater, Texas, over 1,000 miles. And I stopped in Big Springs on my way. So this is a special place for me. It's one of my books talks about it. It's called Astonished. And one of the people I stayed with in Midland, Texas is on the cover, and he's on his way down to visit with me now. So this place holds something special in my heart. I want to also let you all know that America's Convoy, the journal, the new cover is in. It's beautiful. I'll be glad to share it with you. Go to America's Convoy if you want to get involved, to share it with your community, and to also perhaps write. I want to share a poem with you all. It's called Authenticity. You know, if there was ever time to be authentic, it's always time to be authentic. But if there was ever time to be authentic, that time is now.
Hi, Curtis.
How's it going?
It's good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
Curtis and I are friends now.
Exactly.
Actually, this mic. Authenticity is calling me to be me. It's exposing the me that's not. It's measuring me with the original I'm made to be. My voice is not mine, my walk uneven, obstructed by who I think I am. I mime, copying what's popular, not to be bothered by the need to find the me I was made to be. It's painful, you see, to dig deep inside my soul, to unearth the dressing up of my safe self, to face my face without the gloss, to erase the smile forced by thoughts, not original, not me. Like a pipe stuck in my brain, making my head too heavy to hold up high. I've inhaled images passing by my eye, voices whispering lies in my ear, letting vain people tell me who they think they see me to be, when they have no clue who they are, living in misery. I kiss myself by kissing others who, like me, are scared of authenticity. Kissing not just with lips, but joining hips by standing in a vain place, taking sips of liquid lies, connecting our brains with words that make safe my insane rationale to remain who I'm not. I'm looking for an exit from this trap. The gentleness of authenticity doesn't stop her calling me, loving me, drawing me to the one who knows me, made me. Call me to be the me he sees deep inside. I grow tired. agitated to my core. I'm ready for the rest I need so desperately to be restored. The rest I long for, such rest I can only obtain through coming to him. Receive from his hand redemption through this man, Jesus. Authentic through and through. By him all things were made to be what it only could be. History testifies, billions justify. His death destroyed the old me who loves to play with the dead. His resurrection set me free in my soul. Made access to the real me he made. Gave me power to be raised. Took that pipe out of my head. I'm no longer sad when my eyes open in the morning time. Got my voice, know his will. Learning how to walk my walk. Standing straight before all, no longer leaning. I'm loving who I am. I found myself through him. No longer frustrated, castrated, or pathetic. I am me. The original he made me to be. I am authentic. Woo! I just want to express my gratitude for what Marcus and Mike and the leadership is doing.
I listen to whatever.
And I always pray for them on this stage. I forgot to do that. So God, we ask that you would continue to bless our leaders, continue to guide them, give them favor, and give them grace. In Jesus' name. Let's welcome Marcus.
Thanks, William. So we put a call out for a location yesterday on the website. Wasn't sure how many people are actually looking at the website. Within minutes, the emails, there was a lot of emails. So a lot of people are looking at the website, which is nice to know. And we weren't sure where we were going to go. We're here. We talked with Shannon on the phone. He said, hey, come on in. It wasn't long. We were following him. He was escorting us down the interstate right to this facility here. And boy, what a facility it is. It's great. Let's give him a hand here. That's great. So, need everybody to understand, everybody watching live streamers and everybody here, when we do a call out for a location, do not contact the property owners, please. Contact us with their name and information. I'll just read what I put on the website here. It says, please do not contact the property owners on behalf of the People's Convoy. Please do not engage in negotiations, and please do not secure a location. Our organizers will handle all direct contact. It really opens the door for a lot of things to happen that shouldn't happen. So please respect us for that. If you know of a place, if we put the cry out for it, you know of a place, the owner of it, give us their direct information and we will contact them directly. So I just want to talk a little bit about how important it is to get involved at your state and local levels. I'm going to let Mike elaborate on it, but working at a federal level in an organization, a previous organization, sitting with legislators and people on the Hill, just listening to what they say, and we're trying to tell them about what we're fighting, what we're doing there, why we're there. And so many times they say, we need to hear from our constituents. We need to hear from our constituents. How important that is, because what happens is when there's organizations or groups or somebody fighting on your behalf from your state at a federal level, and they try to explain this issue with them, they don't know what they're talking about, then the people have to explain it, and it takes so much more time that DC doesn't have time for, and time is precious. So it's very important to get involved at your state and local levels. There's so much power that we, the people, possess in our communities, in our counties, jurisdictions, whatever you call it, whatever you have, and there's power in numbers. So if you're with like-minded people and you get involved, that's great. Let your statesmen know. Let your Legislators know and your state reps know where you stand on issues. Be loud. Call. Demand an answer back. Demand a reply back from them, because they have to give you a reply back. And if they don't, then we can hold them accountable. That's important. Along with that, I want to say how important it is for people to get to know who they're voting for. Get to know them. Like I mentioned, Shannon, I got to know him a little bit over the past day and a half, and it's a pleasure to get to know him. Happy, just always a smile on his face, friendly. You can tell he's a good guy. If I lived here, I'd vote for him. That's so important, to get to know who they are and that they line up with what you stand for. And I'm going to introduce him right now, if he can get on the stage. Let's give...
That's the mayor. Remember, we had a talk with him in my last live stream.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Big Springs, Texas, Shannon Thompson.
I'm not skinny, but I do get the job done. So, good evening, Saints and Patriots. Y'all do have a voice. Let's hear it. Where are my West Texas people? Well, on behalf of the city of Big Spring, welcome to Free America. We don't do mandates out here. When Beto O'Rourke said that, hell yeah, we're going to come take your AR-15s, my response on Facebook was, I don't think so, Scooter. Not in Big Spring. Tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a 6th generation Texan. My family's been here since the time of the Republic. I grew up a little cotton farm, about 80 miles that way. Had family here for about 100 years. Back in 2007, I saw some things going on with our city government that I didn't like. And I figured out that elected officials don't like it when you bring up what you don't like. So, 2007, I ran for mayor. 2010, I ran for mayor. 2011, myself and another group of watchdogs and rabble-rousers got together and amended our city charter because we got tired of being on our council for 20 years. And we put in term limits. 2 terms. 2 terms in, 2 terms out. You can come back later if they'll elect you. So, when I say this, I mean it from the absolute bottom of my heart. You folks are my heroes. Y'all have upended your lives, your livelihoods, taken money out of your own pockets to travel all the way across the country, some of you, to tell people to do their job when you shouldn't have to. You show up at city council chambers, I've got 3 books on my dais. First one, the Bible. Second one, Robert's Rules. And sitting right on top of that is a pocket copy of the Constitution. And I got spares to hand out to my council when I feel like they need a refresher. But Marcus is right. Yep. When you go home, it is so important because true change, it's hard to see true change at the federal level. It's hard to see true change at the state level. But I'll tell you, in the last 3 years, we have seen change in Big Spring, Texas. First rattle out of the box. Some of my council members didn't much appreciate me taking down the concealed carry signs. And I pointed out to them, I said, well, what's your problem? Statistically, the LTC holders have a lower arrest statistic than police officers. A little bit later on, had some folks come to us, and they thought it'd be a good idea if Big Spring became a sanctuary city for the unborn. Guess what we are today? And we are the largest city in the U.S. to pass it solely on council action. Lubbock passed it. Their council wouldn't even listen to their folks. Wouldn't even listen to their citizens. But the citizens spoke at that election. So, when you're looking at a candidate and they're not being genuine, then I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to challenge y'all to do something. Go stand in front of your mirror and ask yourself, can I do better? If that answer is yes, file for the office. Lead your community. It's obvious, folks, I am not an establishment candidate. No. I'm on Facebook. I talk to people. I'll argue with people. But I stick to my beliefs, I stick to my guns, and I get stuff done. And that's what y'all can do when you go back to your own communities. But sorry? It's your land, make it what it should be. That's right. It's up to us to do that. It's our country. Not the plutocracy, not big tech, us. Mark Zuckerberg's not going to show his face in Big Spring, Texas. But again, go home, be leaders. You're already leaders. You've proven yourselves with this movement. Take the lessons you've learned back to your communities and help us lead this country back to the shining place it should be. Again, welcome to Big Spring. We're so honored to have y'all here. Y'all be safe.
I don't want him to quit. Are you sure you're done? You want to go to Sacramento?
I'm working on going to Austin. I got an open seat. You're welcome to join me.
So,
if I had the time, I'd take you up on it. I even have living quarters.
all right. Wow. And you know what else Shannon did? We found out he said he added the emergency declaration here in Big Springs because of us, the People's Convoy. How about that? Told you he's not done.
So, yeah, the 22nd of February, when the convoy was just getting organized, and I'd been watching what was happening with our liberty-minded brothers and sisters up in Canada, and I saw the convoy getting organized. I went on ahead and ended our emergency declaration for COVID. Now let me correct one thing. We did have a mandate that I issued an executive order for, and it was for businesses or organizations that were requiring vaccines, that if they required it in the city limits of Big Spring, they'd have to pay a $2,000 fine. Didn't have any takers on it.
We need a Shannon in every city of the U.S. Except for North Carolina. Tyler Lee is the one there. Tyler, we love you if you're watching. Which one are you watching, Tyler? Thanks, Shannon. Up next, we have a local citizen. Come on up, Lisa. She's also known as the mayor. We served time together in Hagerstown. Rain, snow, sleet. I think there was some hail. Cold and warm. Lisa.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all today? Woo! I see all of my Hagerstown warriors out here and all of my West Texas people. Hopefully more will show up. I live here in West Texas, Midland to be exact. I have a trucking company out here. I've been out here for 5 years. The oil field never stops, people. And it runs 24/7. So I don't know if y'all have ever experienced that, but I got into town a little early yesterday, and they must have felt my presence because I got 2 phone calls to go run loads, and that's all I did last night was run loads. So today I tried to take it easy. It was actually my birthday today. Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I tried to stop. I had to go take care of stuff. The oil field never stops. Did I mention that? So we've made it this far. We're on our way to California. This is the war between good and evil. You all know this, whether you believe in God, whether you're religious, whether you're spiritual, or whether you don't believe in God, and that's okay. You know the draw to good, the draw to fight evil. And this is our opportunity. We may be small in our caravan, our convoy that we started with coming back, but we will grow. We will grow, and we are strong. These people here have dedicated everything, and the support has been amazing. You can't ask for a better group of people. Honestly, they have completely restored my faith in mankind. Completely. Because I know that we all started thinking we were all alone. And as we traveled to Hagerstown, more people on those overpasses and bridges knew that they weren't alone anymore. How many people have felt alone the last 2 years especially? All of us have felt alone. Why? Because that is what the adversary wants. He wants you to feel alone and desperate to reach and belong to something. And if you feel alone and trying to reach for something and it's not the right thing, it is what evil is, you get drawn in accidentally. And then you think it might be a good thing. But how many times have we go, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't feel right. We are here to tell them this is not right. This is wrong. And just because you want to portray that a small group says it's correct as a big group saying it's correct and make us feel that we are the minority does not mean we will follow. And so at bare minimum, coming across We know how many people do not feel alone anymore.
Oh, a lot more than
43. We are
43.
not alone. They feel supported,
tell you that 'cause I'm
and that
here.
gives us all strength to keep fighting more and stronger. I told my brother the other day, he said, dude, if I could stop what I was doing and be with you and do this, I would. And I said, it's okay, because I'm going to carry your spirit. That God has given me and blessed me to be here. And he gives me enough work out there in that oil field with my guys to support this, to be here, to carry them on my shoulders with me, and know that each one of us carry all those people in spirit with us, which means that maybe 200 people is carrying 200,000 people, so that they can stay home and they can take care of their families, because that's what they want. They want us to be so hemmed up in trying to make money and take care of our families and do what we know is right, that we won't see what they're doing behind the scenes, that they think they will get away with it. We're not going to let them get away with it. No. This is our last peaceful stand, and it must succeed. And I think all of us will do everything it takes to see it succeed. Because what I know, or what I feel, is that if it doesn't succeed, I don't know what's going to happen after that. And I refuse to back down. And I know all of you refuse to back down. So as I said before, get your people. Bring them to here. Do everything you can to collect them and get them on the right track. And if they cannot be on the right track, or they refuse, or they don't understand, because there's a lot of people that don't understand, we just have to love them and say, we're doing this for you. We're doing this for your freedoms, so that we can disagree in the future, so that we can vote differently in the future. This is monumental. This is fundamental. This isn't political at all. And if they still won't come,
I've actually had donors.
Let them be. We will come gather them in the future when this war is done. We will come get them. This is hard. This is hard for me. So this is where we're at, man. The more people we can get going to California, what happens in California does not stay in California. We have to remember that. How many times do they make laws in California and transfer them out into the United States? That's our test state. If you can pass it in California and get away with it, it's coming. It's coming. That's why we're going to California. I know there was a lot of misunderstanding of why we're going to California. It's because the fundamental point of this convoy is freedom. It's for all of our freedoms. And if we don't stand and fight for those freedoms, they will be gone. And we might not get them back for generations. So this is for all of them, whether we agree or not. Freedom! I am going to end on that note. Welcome to West Texas, people. Enjoy the breeze.
Thanks, Lisa. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lisa. Happy birthday to you. How old are you? So I want to add to a little bit what you touched on. Coming across in the bus from California, from Adelanto, California to Hagerstown, you know, I've been those roads, those interstates, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. I don't even know if I can count them. But I was always at the wheel. I was always driving. I've never been away from the steering wheel, driving around the country and all the interstates. I got to see a lot of country I didn't get to see, that I thought I saw, but I didn't get to see. I got to see a lot of people, and You know, I mentioned at one of the other places we stopped along the way, people are hungry. They're just hungry for breadcrumbs. And breadcrumbs of truth. They want somebody to do something. And sometimes we might get a little discouraged or, you know, down and out. And for them to line the bridges and beside the roads and to see us come through gives them renewed hope, renewed faith in the truth being exposed. And I gotta say, to all those people and to all the people that we're gonna see from here out, you all gave us hope. You gave us a sense of we're doing the right thing. So you are our breadcrumbs. Don't stop. Don't stop. If you can't join us along the way, which we hope you can, come out, wave at us, just give us your support. It does wonders. It's really amazing to see everybody stand beside the road and on the overpasses, and just to see there's still people. It doesn't matter what color your skin is or what your religion is or anything like that, left or right. You still care about the freedom of choice, and that's what it's all about. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm going to have Mike Landis. I don't know. I just heard that. I didn't know where does that come from? Mike.
It's hump day.
Here you go. If you'd come out of the bus, you'd know where it came from. All right, little Red Riding Hood, go over there. We like to pick on Marcus. We always have. He plays along with it real well, though. Bless his heart. You know, I've been sitting over here watching the sun go down, and kind of reminded me, you know, what he was just talking about with trucking, how he's never really been able to pay attention because we're always behind the wheel. A lot of truth to that, but my favorite part of driving a truck is sunrise and sunset. I get to see it pretty much every day, and every day it's a little different than the day before. The thing is with a sunrise, it's another opportunity. That means you woke up and you have that another chance to do something that day. When the sun sets, that means you made it through that day and you're ready to try again the next one. And when there's them dreary days where I don't get to see the sun come up or go down for a day or two, it kind of makes me irritated. It's kind of like how we deal with stuff here. Like Marcus said, there's times where we feel like we're not moving forward like we'd like to, or we're not getting maybe publicity we'd like to, or I don't know, recognition. People aren't understanding why we're doing what we're doing. And man, I'm glad the wind's blowing that way, because if I smelled two-stroke exhaust, I'd be a little fiending for my dirt bike at the moment. But you push through and you get to see a beautiful sunrise and sunset like we have out here. And it lets you know that we just keep on keeping on, because that's what we do. We can't give up and you can't get discouraged, and we're on the right side of evil, which means we're protected by the Lord. So we're not going to stop, and we can't stop, and we won't stop. You know, there's this thing called divine intervention, and you can look at things and wonder why they happened, or, you know, I'm a firm believer in that everything happens for a reason. And you know, like Lisa was saying, not everybody understands maybe why didn't abandon DC. We just put it on hold because we're going back. But why we started coming back across the country, and we had all these crazy things happen so far, between breakdowns and not sure where we're going to be able to stay that night and everything else, and it's always worked out. And here we end up coming through Texas, and Bandit Bill is 100 miles north of us in the rehab center up there after his accident that he had after leaving us from Hagerstown. So we capitalized on that opportunity that I believe, you know, the Lord made us land here for a reason. And we took about half the convoy up to Seabill today. And as I said this morning, yeah, it was, if y'all didn't go, you missed quite the day too, to be perfectly honest with you. But we understand that everybody else is working hard back here getting stuff set up too, and we appreciate that. So anyway, we go up to Seabill, and convoy's looking good. As we're going up through there, I received a number to his nurse, and as I told you guys this morning, he was in pretty bad shape, and we weren't even sure that he was going to know that we actually went past. But turns out he's actually a little better shape than the last update I got, and she told me, hey, we can wheel him out to the road when you guys come past in his wheelchair. So they actually pulled him out of his rehab session when we told him we were going to be coming by, and wheeled him out to the side of the road, and the place was big enough for me to get in with my truck and my trailer. So I pulled in and watched the rest of the convoy go past, and went over to be able to talk to him. His wife's there with him, so I got to meet her. And old X-Ray says, hey, one's not good enough, let's go one more time. Yeah. So as I'm standing there, next thing I know, here they come, horns honking and blowing and carrying on again. And then he decided 2 wasn't good enough, they should do it a 3rd time while I'm still standing there talking to him. And then they all stopped on the road. They all stopped on the road and got out and gave him a salute from the side of their trucks. While the news, local news, KCBD TV, was there videotaping it. We actually seen them as we were coming off the loop around Lubbock to go up his road. They live streamed us coming across the loop, and then that reporter came over and took some footage of that and got to interview Bill and interview me on what we're doing here and why we came to see Bill. And it was a very, very uplifting day, and we got to end it off by stopping at this place called Cook's Garage, which is actually not even a garage, but a awesome little, well, it is, they build hot rods, but you can't go get your oil changed there, the lady told me that. So it's actually a little bar and grill type place with a huge venue inside and outside, and they're like, man, we'd love to have you guys come by here on your way back through. Awesome, vintage signs everywhere, hot rods everywhere, just, you know, it's an American thing. Yeah. Muscle cars and horsepower and beer. So that was a cool opportunity for everybody, and I'm thankful for everybody that got to come along and make Bill's day. We're actually going to be in contact, I think, with his lawyers to see about getting his bike and getting it taken care of for him, depending on how everything's going legally there with what happened. Unfortunately, it was a tractor trailer that pulled out in front of him, and that's why he ended up crashing. But you know, he's in good spirits. The news asked him, you know, how he felt about this movement, and he's like, I don't care about this accident. I wouldn't change what happened for the world because this has to be done. And kudos to you, Bill. Appreciate you coming along. Your family's here pulling for you, and we'll see you again for sure. You know, we've heard all of us at one point or another come up here and talk about why it's important to do stuff from your local level, and I think that just got proven with having the mayor up here, the mayor of Big Spring, not the other mayor, up here, and saying, you know, look, I'm proof. I didn't like it, and here I am, the mayor, and they're making changes. And because of what we started with the convoy, they took away their town's emergency declaration, and if that's not a win for the whole purpose of what we're doing and a good start, I don't know what is. That's a lot of the reason, as Lisa said, why we have to go to California. We got some good things coming. There's a lot of unity behind this. There's a lot. That's another reason for the convoy, was to bring the people together. You know, it doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. None of that matters. What matters is that you're an American, or you're a free people of the world, and you want to defend your God-given rights. So we're seeing not only the people of our country come together and the people of Canada, but we're being watched from around the world. And as I said this morning, we're in talks with Canada, and we're going to make this a North American whole conglomeration of everybody coming together, which is awesome. We can't wait to do that. Going to probably have some border crossing meets and rallies and stuff together here after we're done in California, hopefully. And in California, when we go to Sacramento, Chucky, that was with us from California to Hagerstown, has already set up and is working on getting the permits and everything for Sacramento. And he was up there today. I talked to him today, and we're going to be joining with what he's already got set up and going on, because we're not here to run anything or really take credit for anything, but we're here to bring people together, and we've seen it. And that lady over in Little Rock the other day tell us that they're getting something together on the 23rd to go to their state capital. Yeah. Now we have setting this up over here. We know of a lot of other things going on in states. There's a border crossing set for somewhere around Niagara here in next week and a half, 2 weeks, to start off this whole, uniting with Canada dealio. And I actually got to talk to some of the officers from California today for setting up on the Sacramento. And they explained to me a little bit how California works, which is, very similar to the federal level. But these bills that we talk about go to committee first. That one that sad excuse for a human Buffy Wicks took down the other day, they took it down because they knew they weren't going to get the votes on it. So they just didn't let it go through, which means they can reintroduce it in something else later on, which means we still have to stay diligent. We never actually win this battle. It's an ongoing thing. However, if it goes to committee to be voted and it gets voted no, it doesn't go any further and it can't be reintroduced again, from what I was told today. Hold my feet to the fire on that if somebody knows any different, but that was explained to me by someone that works at the Capitol themselves. If it could be reintroduced, it has to be completely revamped and reworded, which we all know they're good at their wordsmithing, that's for sure. But that's why it's important. That's why I said you don't understand. If we can go stop these from ever getting past that point, we just stop something from happening that's going to be a lot easier to do than the job we have at DC to get this emergency declaration pulled back. Because once it's in place, it's way, way tougher. It's very important. It's important to bring the people together. And we have our First Amendment right for a reason, and some of those bills actually want to take away our freedom of speech if we don't agree with Big Daddy government over in the... This thing is starting to irritate me, just so you know.
Sounds like you're burping.
What are you trying to show me now? One moment, please. We interrupt your regularly scheduled program. Oh, wow. Well, let's see. Our sad excuse of a human, Buffy Wicks, apparently has a win today. AB 2223, that one about, ending lives of very young people after they're born, passed today in that committee that I was just talking about. Now that doesn't mean it's completely done. That means it has to go to the floor of either the Senate or the Congress, whichever side she's from that introduced that.
Lock her up.
But that means we just have to work a little bit harder. Yeah, lock her up. Where's Dr. Lock him up when you need him?
Yeah.
There wasn't a single no, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What? I heard that. You're reading my mind. So that means we need to find out who voted on that and make them famous.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. You take him out back and give him a blanket party like we used to do in the parking lot truck stop.
Yeah.
I'll bring you some. So this is how we out these people. If they think something like that is okay, we just make them famous. Because apparently they don't care. And that just tells me that somebody with a lot of money somewhere paid them off, because I don't know how anybody in their right mind could be that frickin' stupid. Yeah, exactly. It takes a coward. This is why. That right there is exactly why it's important that we're doing what we're doing. You know, at one point I wasn't sure how far we were reaching with what we're doing. We've seen a lot of support on the overpasses when we came across the first time, and it's not been that great this time. There's no denying that. However, everywhere we have stopped so far, there have been people that have driven to come see us from pretty far away. Today, none of you knew that we were actually leaving this morning to go to Lubbock, or which way, until I said it this morning. We talked about it vaguely, but never set it in stone or when. And on the way to Lubbock today, there was people all the way up 87 waiting for us to come past. That tells me a lot more people are paying attention than what we think. We had people come find us when we stopped at Cook's Garage to tell us that they've been watching us and believe in what we're doing. I had a man, as I was getting ready to leave where we met Bill at the hospital, while I was fixing a flag, come up and introduce himself and say that he's been watching us. Another truck driver, he was on his way to work. These are just, they're people that sit at home and watch all you guys on your live streams and pay attention to what we're doing. It's amazing the amount of people that are doing that, and I still can't stress enough how important everyone that's done the live streaming with us has been to this movement, because the news can't lie. They're trying, but they can't lie. No, they're not believed. They're lying, but they're not being believed. Too many people can watch what's going on without being uncut. It's raw footage. Yes. You can't hide the truth. Like Lisa said, there may be a time where this doesn't become so peaceful, but let's hope we can fix this without getting to that point, because it was pretty ugly 200 plus years ago. I can't imagine what it would look like these days. Especially without another foreign land to run away to and start on our own. I mean, you know, we're kind of stuck here now. But if we keep it peaceful and we keep it law-abiding, which is a little tough sometimes for us truck drivers, at least anyway, they can't come back on us with anything. There's actually lawsuits getting ready to start for them blocking the roads in Washington, D.C. for stopping our First Amendment rights by a constitutional lawyer that wants to do it just because of what they did, not because he's making money off of it. By the way, if you didn't know, there was 2 people that got killed because of them having them ramps closed. Yeah, really. The day that they were backing the snowplows into place, someone come off a ramp not expecting a snowplow to be across the ramp while they were backing it into position and hit it, and 2 people in that car died. So, yeah, I hope they get sued. I hope they do. Number one, it had nothing to do with us, but it had everything to do with them stopping people from moving freely about. And not just us, but everybody else in this country that tried to get off those exit ramps while we were there. So, hopefully they get what's coming to them. I didn't realize it today until we were coming back down, but X-Ray brought it up, actually. We hit over 10,000 miles since Adelanto for this convoy today on the way back from Lubbock. That's 10,000. This stupid thing, I swear. Probably made in China. China. Yeah, China. Anyway, this isn't right or left. Stop it. Someone's gonna twist that. At any rate, 10,000 miles is a lot. I didn't even believe it. He said that. I'm like, there ain't no way. So I grabbed my mileage book because I still write mileages down. And I looked and I was like, oh wow. Yeah, we're like 10,230 miles at least on my truck since we left Adelanto. So that's pretty impressive, I think, especially for being as big as we've been the whole way across here. And look, X-Ray brought a backup. And we still have to go back. We're not even there yet and we still got to go back. So mechanics, I hope you all got your wrenches cleaned up because it might be a long couple of weeks.
I got spare in the truck. We need. God bless mechanics.
That's a lot of time away from home. That's a lot of time behind the wheel, especially for those of you that aren't used to running like that. For us truck drivers, it's actually been more kind of like a vacation than anything. And I'm not gonna get into it too much, but for anyone here that's in trucking, you know what rate per mile is. That means that we've all lost a whole lot of money while we've been doing this. But something I tell my kids, sometimes the right thing isn't always cool, but right is right and wrong is wrong. And what we're doing here is right. We can always make more money someday. There'll always be stuff out there to haul. There'll always be jobs to go back to. But we may not always have that time to get back to where we need to be. So the time is now. The time has been past, but thankfully the time is still now. We still have that opportunity. And it's like I said, we can't stop, we won't stop. And I hope that all of you are going to continue along with us for the journey as long as you can. And I hope that there's many more of you out there that will be able to join in with us along the way. It's been incredible so far, and I hate to break it to you guys, but I think we're really just kind of beginning here. Yeah, we're just getting warmed up. The pace car is about to pull off when we go green flag racing when we get to California, hopefully. I do expect a lot of support out in California. There's a lot of people I know out there that I've been in contact with already that are just chomping at the bit and excited to see something happen. Even some of the people I talked to in Sacramento today are like, you know, there's a lot of people out here that want to do something, they just don't know what to do, or they're waiting for somebody else to do it. But they asked how many people we're bringing. I said, well, I don't know. He said, well, I have a feeling you're going to pick a lot up from out here, because once they see someone doing something, it's their state. They don't like it. They just don't know what to do about it. I don't know that we know what to do about it either. But we're taking sure as heck taking a good swing at it, I think. I can't say how much I appreciate everybody. I know we say that all the time, but
back at you.
It's a small community here that is getting bigger every day. Clearly, as you know, everywhere we go, people are saying we watch you all the time. So even though if they're not here, we have a large community out there watching us and cheering us on, and they're on our side, and they're hopefully listening and starting to do things where they're from if they can't be out here with us. We're kind of like I don't know. We're kind of like I don't know what word to use for it, but we're the ones that are going out doing the marching while everybody else gets to stay and do their deal at home and set it up around there, which is great. We need everybody and we need everybody's support, but we'll take that burden and run with it, because it's what we have to do. It's where God put us, and we're going to accept it graciously and move on. And amen. I'm happy to see everybody that's following along with us. And on that note, I want to tell you this one more time. I am not your leader or a leader. I will not ever ask anybody to do something I wouldn't do myself. I'm not going to walk in front of you, but I will walk beside you. Amen. So stop calling me the leader, please. We're all leaders and heroes here. There isn't any one person or any one group of people that are better than the next. If it wasn't for all you guys, we wouldn't be making anything happen here. So thank you, everybody. And what do you want now?
Dance off!
All right. Marcus wants to say one more thing, which is great because it gets me off the hook now. So I love all you guys. Thank you for being here. We're going to keep on trucking with this. Can't stop, won't stop.
Love you too, brother.
I just want to give a shout out to all the live streamers again. The volunteers, the live streamers, that's all we have, folks. MSM, they might not be reporting, but they're watching us. They're watching our every move. They're watching all you guys live streaming. They're watching us right now. They're watching a close eye. I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank all the volunteers. Just been incredible. The people that cooked their food last night. Just can't give them enough credit. Like Mike said, we're not leaders. We might be co-organizers. We are you. We are you. And I do want to give a shout out to my wife, my kids. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I miss my truck, but I got family I miss more. I've been away for a long time. And if this is what it's like for soldiers to be at war, it's incredible to see all you guys here.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you. Thank you all. I want to also thank Eric, and I think there was a few other mechanics along the way, but Eric is one of the mechanics. He might be the only one. But if you break down, he's the guy. And I'm going to let him finish it. Thank you all. Have a good night here.
Hello, everybody. How you doing today?
Eric.
We came into Hangar 25 with three vehicles broken down, and I'd like to report that Mechanic Andy, just a good old farmer boy, got the worst of the vehicles up and running. Spent all night last night and most of the day today, taking care of some serious damage here. You know, props to you, man. Which freed me up to do some more logistical type stuff, get him parts, get him supplies, get him what he needed to get this job done. The Cash App with all the viewers that have been donating, I was able to get these parts and get these supplies. So I thank every single one of you guys that has been donating. And if your streamer doesn't have the Cash App for that, First Responder or RIPA 33 has that contact. Basically, I'm up here. We need more volunteers. I need more mechanics. Okay. If there's anybody here in the convoy that wants to be a mechanic, it'd be nice to be able to have a rotating mechanic crew, so me and Andy and Monkey aren't doing all the work. We're busy. Yeah, we're busy. We're busy. Oh, Wizzy, yeah. We got that Pathfinder running too. I was able to take care of that after I did all the logistics and got the parts. We still got a little big rigs truck to do, and I think me and Andy are going to get that thing banged out tonight. So we should have all the 3 critical vehicles that were down back up and running. Let's give a clap to Andy, because he definitely put a lot of hard work in.
God bless you, Eric.
Thank you guys. No, Andy's been the hero. He's seriously been a hero too. You know, him and Monkey, Jason have really been pulling their weight. You know, I can't take all the credit. They are really a good team, and they are really stepping up to support me. I mean, I even recruited RIPA 33 to sit here and make calls and find tires for trailers. So we also have another need. Us as mechanics, we don't have any passengers with us, so we're getting slammed with text messages and responding to text messages while driving. We all know texting and driving is just not safe. If there are any people in the convoy that are not driving, that are passengers, that want to ride with me or Andy and respond to text messages so that we can be more safe, get directions, you know, do logistics while we're on the road, that would be great. Also, if there's any drivers that just want to stay with the mechanics, you know, if we get another mechanic, we'll need another crew to do this. Just follow our tail. You know, if we have to pull over, sometimes we're getting some calls from unknown numbers. We don't know exactly who we're stopping to help. It's just, you know, protection with numbers. Right. So if some people that want to be mechanics can meet up at the stage, behind the stage when we're done, or people that want to ride with the mechanics and do those phone calls and texts, and possibly people that want to follow the mechanics just to kind of keep us safe. If you guys can meet up behind the stage after this meeting, that would be great. And yeah, if, you know, when we're here, if somebody also is really tech savvy on their phone, maybe can help find parts so that I can do a little less logistics and a little bit more wrenching. That'd be great too. So God bless. Thank you, everybody. And all you viewers, you guys are the ones making this happen. Yes.
Also, recognition for this city that some of the locals helped out as well.
We did have one vehicle that with how slammed we were, she had a leaking water pump, and I do not know the exact details. I'll try to find out, and maybe we can do it in the morning meeting. But there is a local shop that did take that burden off of us and was able to take care of that one car with a leaking water pump. It wasn't completely down. It was able to be driven. I was just talking about the 3 that were actually dead that showed up here. And we got one more. We're gonna try to get that one done too. So God bless. Thank all the viewers. Thank you all streamers for being here and posting that Cash App on there. That's giving us money to be able to buy the tools that we need, because we brought what we needed to fix our stuff. We're running into a lot of other stuff that we weren't expecting and didn't bring tools for. We're gonna have coolant, we're gonna have oil, we've got WD-40 and all that fun stuff.
All right. I
can definitely try to do a Venmo right now. Yeah.
I'll show you guys just kind of a broad shot here.
Yeah, I can do that.
Convoy.
So I guess a Venmo will be coming up for that too. So
yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
I'll pass it on to Mike.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Eric.
Take you guys around for a little stroll.
How you guys have had a rough couple days. For sure.
It's like the lighting.
One more thing.
Nice.
2 more things.
Really nice.
One, we're in a pretty awesome spot here that's been donated. Obviously, we all know that. Just try and be respectful of it, like I said this morning. Try and have a good time tonight, but
oh yeah,
don't be up too late, because we are.
They had a pretty good party last night.
And headed west.
There was someone dancing and juggling, firing swords on fire. Swords that were on fire.
I don't see anything for a while.
Flaming swords. Flaming swords.
But so just get ready. We'll meet here at what time you want to meet tomorrow, Marcus?
Like a good boy, I went to bed early.
What?
With 3 other men in a bed, and one of them snored.
Let's meet here
That's
at 8:30
the kind of sacrifice
tomorrow
I'm
morning.
making out here.
We'll split the difference.
Everyone get out the world's smallest violins, and I want to hear an
8:30 tomorrow
orchestra.
morning back here. We got a lot of questions today with people we met. I know most of you here already know, but how to help if they're not here with us. And basically, it's a couple things.
Cool channel.
Do something in your state.
Thank you,
Talk to
man.
people. No matter if you're
Yeah, you're on this one here. Here's our Ginger again, back for more. All right. We do need a troublemaker in this channel, so somebody's willing to put it on the line for what they internally believe is the greater compulsion rather than the security of their position and their status and their
It's about
keep trying to save this country.
And a
1 mile at a time.
what kind of sacrifices people will say that you might not with that attitude be able to procreate. Nature's not selecting for you, man.
No.
Or me.
I don't know, man. Go down to Mexico. It's very different. Believe me, that's what I do. We're so close. That's what I do. It's a different way. They like their ginger
The
sound.
senoritas.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that's about it. So I have this fellow right here would like to
Go find me a wife down there.
And
yeah.
I'd love for him to do the honors.
I'm Catholic.
What's your name, sir?
Well, in Mexico, I'm Catholic.
Manny from Midland, Texas.
Oh, terrible.
More liberal on that stuff.
Lotus Bunny said something. Maybe she likes gingers.
Oh, cool.
She really does. Very much. Oh.
Thank you.
Reset Media, what's your...
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Badass.
People are just going for it, you know? I'm going to lose my conservative crowd that way, but...
We're all about freedom of speech.
My porn name, really? Really? Come on. Wash your mouth out with soap. Who is that?
Such potty mouth.
For real, for real. You know what? You don't need soap. You need bleach, too. Isopropyl. Trump said put it down your throat. You need to wash. You need to like, gurgle with that. Whatever, for real, for real.
Clean. Then you're okay.
And you're fine.
Then you're ready for your come from my community,
This is
Lord.
intense, man. What's going on here?
All the millions that have died by the people that lived in my community, Lord Jesus. And Lord, your word says when Satan comes on like a flood, oh God, that the Spirit of the Lord would lift up a standard, oh God. And Lord, this church is just a platform of your Spirit that wants to speak, that wants to move, Lord, that wants to transform people's lives, oh God.
Yeah, he is.
Lord, we pray that you would renew a spirit among the truckers, Lord. The one that started in California, the one that tag along, and the new ones that are coming. Renew them, give them a new spirit, a new purpose, oh God. It's called freedom. You came and you died on the cross for freedom, oh God. Freedom for everybody in the whole wide world, Lord God. Let your spirit fall upon us, oh God. Lord, you're not going to let us down, God. Your spirit has no limit, oh God. Your spirit is greater than the cabal, oh God. Lord, move mountains, oh God. Destroy states, oh God. Go to hell, Lord. Go to the pits of hell and spit up all the demons, Lord God. Lord, we ask you to start removing the cabal, Father, in the name of mighty Jesus. It's not a name without power. It's a name with mighty, mighty power, Lord. Have your way, God, and we will follow you, God. We will follow you throughout eternity, Lord. We will follow you till our heart breathes no more, God, with your spirit in us. In your mighty name, Lord.
This is why I don't believe in censorship, right?
Amen.
People could just be themselves, you know? This was like a tent revival just now.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to get baptized in fire. Yeah. I'm ready to go to the river, dude. And be dipped in the river.
I got nothing.
Right now.
Amen.
Take me there, Ginger. That was intense. Woo! There's a culture of tent revival culture that's you know, but then people like me who've been a little jaded from the church, but kind of gone full circle, and I'm like, I believe in you know, the sediment that comes from, you know, having values and family values and all that stuff. But I hear something like that and I'm like, whoa man. I'm like, dude, where are we gonna go hide? Gosh, am I the one who's tired? Like, is God gonna strike me? I'm like, I thought I was on the side of this thing. Like, it scares me.
It's like, if you're here, you're good.
I hear demons and hell, you know, and I was told that, like, if I touched myself at a young age, I would go to hell, you know. And so I was really scared of, like, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I thought it was a little terrorism, actually. I thought it was a little mental terrorism for a while.
It's kind of what it is. It holds it all inside. It's like,
it kept me from getting, you know, getting into bad situations, you know, I guess, but
keeps you getting closer to God, because you're like, oh, there's all this other bullshit happening. You go, I can't touch myself once. Like, shit, what do you think? We don't touch ourselves once in a while. You know? So it's like, yeah, it is good. You come full circle, and you're like, you see dudes like that, he feels it in his heart.
I've come full circle,
oh, no, that's, you know, there's more than just like the arbitrary rules. There's a faith in God and his strength and his love and freedom, and it's like, you know, that's the thing. There's so many different parts of Christianity. You could choose, like, we all believe in God, we all believe in Christ, so just choose that. There's some more liberal ones or some just the opposite. You know, and that's the thing too. You could be gay yourself or support gay people, join one church. You could think it's not right. I personally disagree with that, but you could think it's not right and go to a more open form of Christianity.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a lot of it. I think it's what we're born. We believe what we're born with, but there's so many types of ways to celebrate Christ. It doesn't have to be this narrow little thing.
You are entirely European, but I know, like many others, that the baptism is the only true religion
that's true
from
too.
God. I was kidding, dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe you agreed with me. Oh my God.
A lot of ways. You can get baptized in a lot of ways. Though. You get baptized in baptism. You can get baptized in Catholicism. Okay. You know, you can get baptized in Mormonism. You know, and that's.
I'm just glad. Like with all the crazy, divisive, all the like, ecclesiastic, all the different branches. I'm like just glad that people have a sense of tolerance for one another. Yeah. And their own expressions. You know. Right.
That's what I'm about. You know.
I mean,
just if you love freedom, you love freedom. Love your fellow.
Yeah, and I have a lot of I had some people on the channel even that were, because I have friends who are maybe atheists, agnostics, or whatever, and they're like giving me a hard time for being here, and I'm like, dude, what is that? Like just because I don't ascribe to a lot of, even that guy talking kind of gave me a cringing feeling because I've got my own conditioning from California, or from my friends who are either more liberal or even from my own process of processing my relationship to the universe in my own way. But it's like then people are starting to behave on both sides that way, where they just can't deal with the person who is different than them, and they're and I'm like, you know how much pleasure I've taken out of engaging with people with this entirely different mindset than myself here within the Convoy. Like, I would recommend it to anyone. And I'm like, how can you really be intelligent? And how can you really be one has the ability to think in a very adaptable and adverse way if you can't deal with certain ideas or certain people?
Just shut it out, right?
It doesn't make sense.
You won't even start a conversation.
Yeah, and then hash it out. Maybe you could change someone's mind. Maybe you can get them to see things differently. How many developmentally steps did you have to go through to come up with who you are now? Oh, you mean are we going to stop now in America?
Right.
Now that we have Trump and Biden?
Right.
Now it's time to stop and just take sides, man.
Right.
It's all over.
Right.
Like, it's so weird. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
This is where I get all on my soapbox. This is my little soapbox. It's not flimsy, man. No. I got it at Walmart. It's a good one.
Well, where are you from? Around here? Or are you traveling about?
I'm Cali.
Okay.
Yeah, you here?
Yeah. Well, I was saying I was working for the local.
I like your getup, dude.
Thank you. 70s.
Is that a wolf or a
That's
goat?
That's a cow. I got this in Mexico. Juarez, Mexico.
Oh, that's right. You're the guy who's You're the ginger who loves the senoritas, who has a specific affinity.
Yeah, I'll go to where my market is. I don't like a challenge.
You don't want to work too hard for it. No, you don't want to chase after the dough. No, you want to just sit around in the field and have her accidentally run into you.
Right. Yeah. I got to go to where they'll come to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Here, I can't get
there you go, ladies. Don't make it hard on the gingers, because the gingers are high quality, like male.
It's hard, man.
Top grade male.
Top grade.
We are top grade. We're almost out of the food chain.
Right, we're exotic now because we're going to be extinct in 10 years.
We're going to be gone.
Yeah.
And every ginger I've known, there's a little more pizzazz in the relationship.
Yeah. Well, they have to be individual. There's so few gingers these days. Yeah. They have to be their own person.
Yeah.
So,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah. They're unique. Well, stand-up comedian once said to me, making fun of gingers is the only acceptable form of discrimination. So it's like we got you.
It's the only ones left. Have you met the Texans? You can tell they're Texans because they wear the hat.
I got to say hey.
You can tell they're Texans because they wear the hat.
I like it.
Yeah, they're easygoing, but ready for anything. See, my camera doesn't pick up on the dark spaces, so now everyone's just. It's like I'm walking around in a closet, going through shirts and coats. That's all they see, really. Yeah. I like the way. Let's see, I don't know. I've been on. This is the longest I've been on in a long time.
You still got fans. Look at
Yeah, they're still coming in. Never assume you know the truth.
Okay,
that man's prayer might just be the one that saves you all.
Right.
That's pretty intense. You know what I like about what he just said?
Yeah.
have we gone through iterations with knowledge and science and all of these other modalities, right?
Yeah.
We discover things that seemed like they were science fiction,
right? They seem ridiculous at first,
or supernatural ideas, and then we made sense out of them. And it's like, what if like there is some personality to the universe, and then it was specific to that person's passion? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm
They
down.
come from a place of love.
It's peaceful now. Mike says it's peaceful now, for now. Yeah, no, I mean, there's no way. Like, there's just the kinds of things that are happening right now, and I will say this objectively because it's just true. I mean, I don't know, unless you're just not wanting to, like, look at the obvious signs, is that the right has, in all over the world, anyone who's standing up, like, for a political sort of positioning against sort of like overarching governmental autocracy and tyranny.
Yeah.
They are getting violently shut down for having a voice.
Imprisoned in Canada.
Imprisoned, beat up, like their windows are being broken. I'm trying to ask my left friends, what happened to compassion?
Yeah, right.
It's just weird. It's getting a little weird. It's like, come on, guys, get a little bit more in the moderate.
They reflexively think it's all evil. They reflexively, and I have a lot of progressive.
I mean, but what's the deal? It's like I thought that words were one category of harm, right, and then beating the crap out of someone was another category of harm. But it's like, but your words are so violent, we don't know how to stop your words. It's just it's so twisted in the mind.
Think about this. If you're on the left, you think maybe borders should be open borders, easier traffic from Mexico to the U.S. Well, then why are you opposed to easier traffic from Canada to the U.S. with truckers? There's no consistency. That's the problem.
It's based on the messaging.
Right, and what it is they see one Zuckerberg-sponsored post on Facebook, they look at the headline, conservative truckers, oh, they're evil. Oh, they're racist.
You see the word. You seem to hear one word. It's just,
right.
It's just the way that this word vibrates.
There's no analysis
from the alleles in our throats out to our mouths, and you hear the word conservative, and immediately you align all of your thoughts into a category of emotional content. It's like, what happened to us?
And you see a news story happen, and you wait for your side of the media.
It's an echo chamber. You want to hear how bad it is? Since I've started this, because my postings on YouTube are quote unquote about the truckers convoy, all of my content is conservative content. It really is pissing me off.
Right.
I'm basically being spoon-fed what they think I think since I'm standing in front of you here at this airfield with the truckers convoy. That's called an echo chamber.
Yeah.
That's an intentional for money for revenue.
Right?
No, it's for revenue.
Okay, interesting.
Because YouTube knows that now they can advertise certain products to me, like MyPillow. I must be a MyPillow guy now. Apparently, I'm a MyPillow guy, so they're probably going to have a bunch of MyPillow ads come on. But I'm saying it's an echo chamber. Like, now I'm just going to reaffirm my idea over and over again. It's happening to liberals and the conservatives, guys. All of y'all. All y'all, wake up.
Yeah, that's why I say to anybody, man, have 5 different types of sources for your media.
Yeah.
Not just conservative, not just hard left. Find some stuff in the middle.
And follow the money.
Have a healthy diet.
See if there's a conflict of interest with the data you receive.
That too.
I mean, that's important.
Stuff.
But people don't go that far because I don't know why.
Like even crazy stuff, like even like Democracy Now! Is kind of like One American News Network, where they're both good to watch because they're not as evil and corporate funded. So you have one on the hard left, one on the hard right. But what matters is their heart's in the right place.
Yeah.
Versus MSNBC, CNN, no. Even a lot of Fox, to be frank, has shut up about the convoy and has taken their marching orders. And that's what I say, when you look at your media sources, instead of looking, because you're right, you have to take left and right, it's look at, who are the higher ups, who are they controlled by, are they actually speaking truth to power? And you can find that on both sides and everywhere in the middle.
That's funny, because you have, who's the guy who's now being censured, or he's getting attacked? God, he actually went to Occupy and kissed my cousin.
Oh wow! All right.
You know that guy? The guy he was in Oh, come on.
Check the comments. They might know.
Not JP, but like, gosh, my brain. He was in that movie about the rock star and the guy who had to take care of the rock star.
Russell Brand?
Yeah, Russell Brand.
Oh, yeah,
Look at Russell Brand.
Yeah,
Russell Brand's an
badass.
interesting guy,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because he's fundamentally a liberal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
fundamentally.
he's a truth-seeing liberal, and that's a funny.
I don't say truth-seeing, but he's following what he believes, you know, is his compulsion for truth. I'm not saying Russell Brand's right or wrong, but it's interesting to see someone, even a conservative, go liberal. I really see that.
Yeah.
Come on, you guys, be less so simple to figure out as human beings. Be more malleable, or
allow yourself to say, I don't know all the answers. Therefore, I want to communicate with people, go out to places where I can find the answers.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
Oh,
simple.
Have you met Simon?
No.
Oh, he's hilarious. Simon's getting a bunch of face paint, and I think he's gonna go like Braveheart on
In
it.
all the wars of interest and intrigue of individuals,
I slept with Simon last night.
And ambition, which assume the colors and assert the standard of freedom. The fundamental maxim of over policy would insensibly change from liberty to force. She might become the dissectress of the world. She would no longer the ruler of her own spirit. America's glory is not dominion, but liberty. Her march is the march of the mind. She has the spear and a shield, but the motto upon her shield is freedom, independence, peace. This has been her declaration. This has been, as far as her necessary intercourse with the rest of mankind would permit, her practice. That was John Quincy Adams, Secretary of State, Independence Day, July 4th.
Yeah,
he's got like a radio voice. All right, Simon! Woohoo! Yes. I got to sleep in the same bed with him last night.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it was comfortable. We were like school children, or we were sent off to camp. We stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, like beating each other's drums. That's not a sexual reference. We were having a conversation.
That is awesome.
You know, it's completely platonic between me and.
You don't have to explain.
Okay,
I just know this.
Not that there's anything against that.
What? Hey, you know what? We're believers, and we are people that do not assume.
Well, I thought you were gonna say we were believers and we're lesbians, but
No.
I was gonna get excited. I'm like, what?
We were holding hands like this. And
Yeah.
You know, nowadays
Yeah.
people say, "Are you lesbians?" And
Big
said,
deal.
"No,
Yeah.
This is the way friends
Yeah.
act. They hold hands. And when I
Yeah.
used to have friends when I was in the first grade, and I feel like I'm in the first grade again.
Yeah, that's how I felt with Simon. Look at him.
You know?
Doesn't he look like a big kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to tell you this. In Iraq, I was in Iraq and I was hanging out at a coffee shop, and some philosophy students came around my table and we started talking about Islam, etc. This one guy says, you know what, I'm really interested in what you have to say. His friends left kind of disgusted or pissed off because he didn't think the same. You know, I wasn't thinking the same way they did. And he said, come walk with me. And this is a normal thing in the Middle East. He grabbed my hand and we walked till 4 o'clock in the morning and talked on the streets.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
we just held hands and talked.
And you don't have to.
And I was like, this is weird, but like, it's cool.
Weird.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way friends are.
Yeah.
You know? And until we got all this woke world and all this
now we're afraid. We're like, you're compelled to do something, or you're afraid to do something.
You're afraid to be with someone. And I ran around with a female friend, and we'd be gone all the time. And I can remember in high school, they'd say, "Is something going on with you all?" And I'd say, "No, we're just good friends."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, who cares anyway? Big deal. I can let people be.
Well, but it's important that people know you can be friends and put your arm around them and kiss them on the cheek, you know, all this kind of thing. And
on the lips.
You can be straight and not
56 men came forward to sign the parchment. It was noted at the time that they pledged their lives.
The appropriate term is cis. You can be cis.
Today this happened. So in Europe it's different.
Each of those men knew the penalty.
Look at how wonderful he is. I'm like such a man crush on Simon. I got such a man crush on Simon.
And John Hancock, it is said, wrote his signature in large script so King George could see it without his spectacles. They were brave. They stayed brave, although all the bloodshed of the coming years. Their courage created a nation built on a universal claim to human dignity, on the proposition that every man, woman, and child had a right to a future of freedom. Reagan also talked about the beautiful friendship between Thomas Jefferson and John Adams. He noted that they died on the same day, July 4th, exactly 50 years after the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was their first gift to us, Reagan said. My fellow Americans, it falls to us to keep the faith with them and all the great Americans of our past. Believe me, if there's one impression I carry with me after the privilege of holding for 5.5 years the office held by Adams and Jefferson and Lincoln, it is this, that the thing that unites us, America's past, of which we're so proud, our hopes and our aspirations for the future of the world and this much-loved country, these things far outweigh that what little divides us. And so tonight we reaffirm that Jew and Gentile, we are one nation under God. That black and white, we are one nation, indivisible.
Newport.
That Republican and Democrat, we
How
are
dare
all
you?
Americans.
Trashy,
Tonight,
sorry.
with heart in hand,
You got
through
somebody
whatever
trashy
trial and
here.
travail, we pledge ourselves to each other and to the cause of human freedom, the cause that has given light to this land and the hope to the world. That was an address to the nation by Ronald Reagan, Independence Day, July 4th,
More down than you
1986.
think. You're always shy that I smoke Newport.
I'm a liberal who smokes every once in a while. This is my time to come out and just admit it to everyone. It's been hard since I've been at the Convoy. I feel like I can, reach into my, my other roots, my other more less. I'm not going to say conservative because I don't like that word, but
Liberty oriented.
Or yeah. It's so funny.
As long as you don't get that buzzword that kicks you out. How are you still on YouTube? That's what I'm.
I don't know. People still are around. They're still like.
Yeah, but like,
is
how
that a
has
Saturday
YouTube
night?
not like kicked you out?
Oh, I'm not monetized.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they did though. They did. They censored me. They censored the live stream that I put up of Ted Cruz and Ron Johnson, but they had already set that precedent with other YouTubers.
Right.
So like they're not. I think it's when you start monetizing is when they're like, well, we're more responsible. I don't know that. That's something I made up. That's something I made up.
You're right or wrong. I had a YouTube for a while before I got back into local news, and I gave up on it because I was getting somebody's perspective. I was like out in Paterson, New Jersey, interviewing somebody, and they felt COVID was a hoax, and it took my account down. Like that, and I'm like, man, you can't even say COVID. Like, and I even had a thing in the beginning saying this is not my opinion. This is just what some people feel. I didn't give my opinion.
That's strange because it's like
that was a year and change ago. So maybe they've gotten a little cooler. I don't,
Yeah, it's really strange because you start controlling information at that level, then you're going to accidentally edit out something that could be truth, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And who's the authority to decide for us, the people, who can delegate in our minds what is a lie and what is truth?
Well, they would take videos down of people saying in the early part of the pandemic, it's okay to go and hike and go outdoors, and you don't have to wear
it turns out
lockdowns
weren't very effective.
Well, lockdowns made it worse.
Yeah.
And
so then is YouTube responsible for taking that down for those people who may have died because of lockdowns?
Right, they are, because they took down those videos and people couldn't get that information. And then 7 months later, Fauci comes out and says, well, actually, you don't really have to wear a mask outside. Being anywhere outside is completely okay, even without a mask. So he was confirming what people said 7 months ago, but because 7 months prior to that, but because he didn't say it 7 months prior to that, that was misinformation. So
that's interesting.
YouTube,
you have to think about that. Like,
right,
yeah,
right. And now there can be as many videos as you want because that's, to them, it's been proven by the CDC that you don't have to wear your mask outside. But you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that 2 years ago. So I mean that's the paradox, is they keep moving that goalpost.
Right.
And at least the CDC's become a little more sensible finally.
Well, no, they're forced to. So what's been happening, is that the VARs is also having to update their data because, well, that's a whole rabbit hole. But the VARs definitely isn't a very, I guess, objectively good calculating system from the standpoint where it takes a lot of time to fill it out. Not everyone's gonna fill it out.
Right.
So that, and also, along those lines, Facebook took down 20 or 30,000 people who were all discussing vaccine injury. asking each other, giving each other advice. Like, you know, we're talking about public health issues that they were talking about.
How they can be healthier.
And they and that was taken down by Facebook.
Wow.
So I don't think there's anyone on the right and left who would agree with that, really. So I mean, it's not a good corporate decision ultimately, because once that word gets out, it's not healthy for their bottom line. I think, because I can't imagine somebody's like, I don't want vaccine-injured people talking to each other. I mean, that's just the craziest notion.
There are some people that feel that, you know, there are some people that feel that way. And
I have not met one yet.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in
you know, or if you're Pfizer and you're involved in a pharmaceutical organization, you don't want people talking about the negative facets of the vaccine.
Well, well, interestingly enough, like all of my friends were once really contemptuous of any of the corporate pharmaceutical companies because of the lobbying dollars and everything. Right. Then suddenly they were acceptable.
Well, it's the same people who proliferated the opioid crisis are the same people who are manufacturing the vaccines.
Right. And that's there's not
deal.
necessarily a correlation there. You have to look into it for yourself, you know. But yeah, it's good talking to you. What's your name?
Likewise,
again?
I'm Dodge.
I'm bad with names. Thanks, Dodge.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Follow you. We'll keep in touch.
Follow away, yeah, brother. I'm gonna walk around and.
Long live Rebel Media.
All right, thanks, Dodge. You guys.
Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
Another great day, brother.
Thank you.
God bless you, man.
God bless you.
Appreciate everything you do.
I saw a woman here with a little plastic baggie, and she was cleaning up every little piece of trash. So I'm gonna clean up mine. Yeah, I was like, and you know, that's what it takes. Like, you see one person do something, you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't throw anything on the ground, you know?
That's right.
Huh? Reset Media.
Reset Media.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm Nina Ryan.
Okay, you?
Daryl Ryan. I'm her husband.
Awesome. Yeah. Daryl Ryan. It was good meeting you both. Yeah. All right, guys. I got to upload footage and work. And hey, you're famous.
Hey.
Welcome to Reset Media.
Oh, thanks.
These are my new subjects. Your faces are all dark and it looks almost, ooh.
Fruity.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Where are
Sinister.
Where are you streaming from? Where are you streaming to?
I'm streaming to YouTube. He's got the laugh down. I'm streaming to YouTube, Rumble. I think Rumble. I haven't checked yet.
Okay, cool.
And Facebook.
Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
Find a face. There. I don't know. There's this thing that's find a face. I don't know.
That's
it's
cool.
a cool new toy. Yeah. So where are you guys from?
The Abilene area, about an hour and a half away.
All right. Are you just visiting?
Yeah, we were just here for the night.
Okay. Cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to have you guys. Are you gonna come eat some grub with us? The food's free.
We just might do that. Where's that taking place?
Somewhere over there. You have to kind of ask around, but.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might go take a look.
All right. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thanks.
We'll see you. Oh, cool. They're talking sign language. Can't see this, guys, but they're talking in sign language. It's cool. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, good.
You're fine.
I can't tell because I was like, are they mad at me in sign language? You know?
No, we're not mad at you.
Okay. I was just showing my viewers sign language, but...
Yeah, I teach the deaf to drive truck.
Wow. You're kidding me.
No.
How can we get some light on this? Because I can't see you.
Well, that's probably not a bad thing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I've helped about 30 to 40 different deaf get their CDL license.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Wow.
You can Google deaf and hearing CDL instructor, and that's who I am.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. If someone asks you the question of like, okay, what is the liability for not being here on the road? How do you compensate for that? You know, as a trucker.
You can't hear outside the truck.
Okay, got it.
As a hearing person.
Okay.
The deaf don't have the music, the CB. They don't have as many distractions. They're a better driver.
Wow. Okay. And you're
proven.
Right. And they're proven.
Proven.
And so they're visually more aware, probably.
Yes, they see more.
They see more because their sense of sight has been honed due to compensating for the loss of hearing.
Feeling. They can feel the vibrations in the tires and tell you before it's going to blow.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you.
She's a deaf driver right now.
Wow. Wow, man. Is she with the convoy?
Yes. With the convoy.
Amazing. Thank you for joining us.
You drive?
I drive. I'm media, and I drive a little Beetle. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good meeting you both.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. That is so cool, man. Did you guys see that? Oh, wow. Let's go get some food. You guys want to eat? It'll be like the cooking channel. I'll eat for you. I'll describe the food to you as if you have the loss of a sense of taste. And I will be for you the mouth. Wait, no, I won't be your mouth. I'll be what? What? Huh? I will. I gotta find that light in the darkness that's floating around. That's what I'm gonna be looking for. Oh, good. We got car. Oh, I like the halo of light over the cars. Looks like a fog of light. I think the kitchen's over here, or maybe the kitchen's closed. Is the kitchen closed?
No, we're making some sandwiches because people
start them up, so they're reopening it.
That's great. Yeah, I was so involved in the talking with people, I forgot to eat.
And then just tell her that I might have to.
Yeah, I watched the meeting, went and bought T-shirts for me and my wife. And, you know, and the guy I'm camping with is like, "Did you eat yet?" No.
No, forgot. Yeah, got.
So I come back over here and they was just asking, "Is there anybody that needs to eat yet?" And, yeah. Is it closed? So
there's at least two. We know that much. We're both here.
You guys are about the third or fourth one, so I know that one of the volunteers.
Hey guys.
There's Ron.
What's happening, Joel?
Awesome, Ron. You're
Ron is like.
This is easy. Hey man.
He's a full timer, man. He has volunteered since I've known him. I tried to get an interview with Ron, but then he started volunteering and he hasn't stopped since. I could barely get a word in edge with him.
Well, I've been hitting them through Texas. The first time and this time.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
I live down in San Antonio area, and so I travel Texas with them right now.
We need at least 2, 4, 6, 8, let's say 10. And I think per tray or 2 per tray? Like 2.
Hey, where would I put a cigarette butt? I saw a lady cleaning up.
Yeah. Just like that.
Okay.
And I'm not doing anything.
Hey.
This is just going to be some quick.
If you see a single cigarette butt on this ground when we leave, I'd be shocked.
I know. Well, there's a woman who was just walking around cleaning up trash everywhere.
Because with these heavy winds, I've had things blow away by accident.
Sure.
But I had to run and pick them up. I'm sure there's going to be people who don't notice things blowing away and they just gather up all around the perimeter of this place. I was thinking, me and a group of people as well are going to be walking around the perimeter before we go tomorrow.
There's never a shortage of thoughtful people around here, that's for sure. I've noticed.
We are serving some pulled pork and chicken sandwiches. Please come see us behind Grey Wolf's trailer. Please come see us behind Grey Wolf's trailer. Any People's Convoy who did not get to eat, please come here now. We have sandwiches out and ready for
you. Okay, I'm still looking for garbage. Can't find one.
Let's get you started. Thank you so much for being you're good. You're doing good.
Buns here broken apart.
Okay, cool. Tom was the first one that came up, but I've got to find him because I know he was kind of frustrated, so I had to.
Looks like pulled pork.
Pulled pork and chicken.
Do you? Okay. I thought he was going to send some more people over, so that's you guys. Okay, good. Yes, he said, do you guys have any more food? And I said, send them over. So 2, 4, and 6. How does that look for you?
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Yeah. Were you live streaming?
Yeah, for like the uni project. Like they asked me if I could just live stream things while I'm not working for Rebel for the next like couple days.
That's awesome.
So I said sure.
Yeah.
How was that prayer? That prayer was pretty crazy, right?
Oh,
the closing
yeah.
prayer.
Yeah, it was intense. It was like a fire and brimstone tent revival.
It was a lot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in the deep south, and I sweating in my chair, listening to the.
I don't know how they feel. I started laughing a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it's so different.
Like, hey, my name's Marty, and then like he immediately started crying. But I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. That's the whole thing about like what's so interesting about being in this environment is that whatever conditioning you have or like are used to, you're like, oh, it's jarring, but at the same time, it's so, refreshing. It's refreshing.
Yeah,
it's so real. It's real.
It was so real.
Yeah, I wish everyone thought like we thought. I wish we can infuse our thoughts into the rest of the population. That's what every good dictator says.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. If I could just infuse my thoughts.
Yeah, just have everyone do what I think. Yeah. Then we wouldn't have people preaching like that on stage, It would be like, I don't like it. It doesn't empower me. Oh, man. Right, this is Jeremy.
Jeremy, yep.
I get it. This is Jeremy from Rebel Media, guys. Go check out Rebel Media. My viewership's going nuts, dude.
Really?
Like,
Right
it's growing so much. Like, overnight. I'm like, what's going on? What happens if I get bigger than you, Jeremy? What happens if I get bigger than you?
One of each. So
I mean,
I wish you the best.
Will you come work with me?
I'm sorry. Wait. I will work with you, of course.
And I can.
Rebel View's got a whole staff. They're the big man on campus, or the big girl on campus, the big person on campus. It's Reset Media.
I'm gonna follow it right now.
Yeah.
As soon as they get the funds.
Is it on? Do you have a Twitter?
I have Rumble, Facebook, and YouTube. It's mostly YouTube, but I got to sit down with all these live streamers and get hooked up with all the other platforms and stuff. I got a girl who's been volunteering.
There's a lot of live streamers.
No, there are. I know.
Yep. Thank you. Delicious.
How do I find it?
Are you on YouTube? Where are you at?
I mean, personally, I'm only on Twitter, but Rebel's on YouTube.
Twitter? I'm not on Twitter.
Twitter's where it's at.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, look at that.
It really is.
You learn something new every day.
Twitter's like the big, in terms of like the public debate about anything related to power or politics. Like I think Twitter is still, despite the censorship, which is worse on Facebook and YouTube. Twitter is the best place to be.
Wow. Well, can you do videos on Twitter?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that. No, come on.
Yes, you can.
Aren't you just need an RTMP?
Yeah, you can do live stream straight from your cell phone at any time.
What?
Yeah.
So right off of Prism?
Right off of Twitter, I'm sure you can link it to whatever you want.
Yeah, you can link it from Prism to Twitter.
100%.
Oh, man, I'll get on Twitter then.
Definitely should.
Why didn't you guys tell me that? What kind of audience are you? I like to demean them. They like it. It's, it's a little
abusive, but like they stick around for it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. So we both have the same dysfunctional relationship modality. So my audience and I are they're okay with that. We accept it.
Seriously, 2 chickens.
Thank you very much.
Oh wow.
What can we get you?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know what to say. I'm so nervous because I'm being asked.
Thank you.
Okay, so God, what do you recommend? That's the truth. That's what I should.
I've had the pork.
Okay, I'll go with pulled pork.
The chicken, and they're both really good.
They're both really good.
I'll do the. Well, he can't have pork because he's Jewish.
He has both chicken.
Oh.
This is one of each.
All right, I'll take one of each.
So.
Oh my God. Look at that, guys. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feast your eyes on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, fell out.
We don't have much pork.
Not much pork. Okay. Oops.
Today, a lot of us were out today.
It's like the traditional.
I would think so.
Professional body riggers
Don't quote me on that, but I would think so.
Pork is the hardest, it's the toughest meat for your body to digest.
Is it really?
Okay, I'm gonna go find Tom.
The easiest is lamb.
Did you make this?
I did not know that. I wonder what the science is behind that. Amazon? Your Amazons break down the lamb?
I know pork is also the most similar to human meat.
Uh-huh. It is. Have you ever seen the fetus in a pig? Oh, wow. Looks just like a human.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they say, like, oh, we're growing a human liver in a pig. You know, it's just like,
right.
I'm not going to, it's too close.
Yeah, you know, maybe that's where Animal Farm came from. Concept of the pigs being
The Orwell book.
Animal Farm, yeah.
The pig is the closest to the human. The pig is the most selfish and the quickest to lead and conspire.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, never thought of that.
Little nuances with these artists. They're thinking about a lot of things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Okay, man.
So where are we going tomorrow?
Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Where are we going tomorrow, guys?
I'm hearing the Las Cruces, El Paso area.
Somewhere around Las Cruces or El Paso.
Look
Somewhere
at
around there.
We're still deciding where we're gonna land.
It's pretty far.
It's like 6 hours.
600 miles.
No, it's not quite that far. It's
540.
Oh, come on.
About 6 hours.
Oh, that's the cake.
We've been doing. Yeah, that's our long day. Is usually.
Well, 387. That's easy.
I need one of them sandwiches if you got one.
Oh yeah, there's plenty left.